conversation. I got no love for the fakeness. Wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Welcome in, everybody. How you guys doing? If you guys inside, hit that subscribe button. Season's greetings to everyone and a happy new year in advance. We still got time. Y'all gonna see much more of me. Got so many reactions to get through and post up over the next week for the Christmas holidays. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do them in advance because I'll be off for a few days, so I need to get my reactions all set up, ready to post daily. So I'm trying to get them out of the way. But while we're here, it was all a mother lie. Or was it? We don't know. We will find out. This is in relation to the whole Jay-Z allegations from that mysterious lady that nobody knew her name and the lawyer who was trying to blackmail Jay. You know what I'm saying? So, allegedly, is what they say. But let's hear what our boy... who's covering this today? Jamari. Let's hear what he said. Let's go.
So earlier this week, I told you guys about some very serious allegations being levied against rapper Jay-Z, with these claims revolving around the ongoing situation with his longtime friend P. Diddy. The claim was that back in the year 2000, Jay-Z and Diddy took turns violating a 13-year-old girl at a VMAs after party. The girl claimed she was dropped off at Radio City Music Hall by a friend. She says that she tried to get into the VMAs but ultimately failed, and that she then approached Diddy's limo driver who would take her to an after party thrown by Diddy himself.
And I already did a quick breakdown. I'll put the links down in the description of this whole situation. Now, because I saw a few comments, so I don't believe Jay-Z was involved in this. That doesn't mean to say I'm saying that Jay-Z is a saint. Got a halo over his head. You know what I'm saying? I do believe when you're in close proximity with people like Diddy and whatever, you know, they might have been involved in other things. But not this 13-year-old. I can't, no, I don't want to believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of names and information to be coming up over this No Diddy case. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's happening. But in regards to this situation, I don't believe it. And we're so quick to always try to bring down another black brother up there who's made it. It's like it has been everybody's, not everybody, you know, because they do still have the loyal ones there, you know. But a lot of these trolls, you know, industry plants, the whole mentality and ideas to have us hating ourselves. And what better way than to bring in allegations and stuff like this? I mean, who next? Y'all gonna try and ruin Dr. Dre's career or his name? Y'all gonna try and ruin Snoop's? And that the minute somebody gets a bit too powerful or something, yeah, they come in and go, "No, we can't have another black brother up there. He's too powerful. We need to bring him down." You know, so at the same time, there are the scenarios where it's well deserved. It's just. Man, shit. You know what I mean? Has nothing to do with black or white, though. You start to participate in certain activities, motherfucker, you need to go under the jail in a body bag. You know what I'm saying? Real talking. You know, beating around the bush with that. But I just find that we so quick to point fingers without knowing the facts. I ain't talking about Diddy. Shit, we've been hearing about Diddy for ever. We've been hearing about Diddy for the last 15, 20 fucking years, all right? Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? We've heard the rumors. We heard the little stories. We've heard it. We just didn't have no proof. And it just brought out good music and was like, well, no, he didn't bring out good music. What the fuck am I talking about? I must be drunk off of shit. Diddy never, he didn't bring out shit. You know? He was really another Drizzy. Kind of took people's shit. You know? But, as I said, let's go.
Where she claims that she was given a mixed drink that would make her lose control of her body, and this is when she was allegedly taken advantage of. And even when I read the initial court filing, I did have some questions about how valid it really was. Like, I get that it was a different time, but to me, no one in their right mind would leave a kid in New York City unsupervised for hours on end.
Let's talk about appearance.
I also found it curious that she claims that she was under the influence of a substance that made her lose control of her body, but she somehow still had the wherewithal to get a grown man off of her by punching him in the face, and that she was able to run out of the room, out of the mansion, and retrace her way on foot back to a gas station, while presumably still under the influence and in the middle of the night. Also, the whole part where Diddy comes in and allegedly says, "You're ready to party," sounded like something out of a fan fiction more than anything else. And now this woman has actually come forward with an anonymous interview via NBC, and there is a serious lack of consistency with her story, to say the least. And before I roll the clip, I do want to try and remain as sensitive as I can be, because NBC does start this by saying this woman does actually have a mental disorder, as I believe they have vetted her background, and this woman has been diagnosed with autism.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time.
So yes, 25 years later, this mother from Alabama is coming forward to speak her alleged piece.
She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward
not funny,
and
though,
talk today?
Because I think
want
that
money?
I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
And like I've told you guys in previous videos, ever since Diddy's house was raided and he was actually detained by the authorities, you've had all these different people coming forward making allegations of criminal activity against him. I believe the total was somewhere around 120 at this point. And while I do believe a lot of those claims will be
Damn. Just like how Kevin Hart did to the guy when he said the name. 120. Damn. Yo. Now I'm telling you, bro. Diddy needs to face his judgment. You know what I mean? Man, what's happening now is between him and God. You know what I mean? There ain't nobody else to talk to him. That's even if he wants to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And I know when you're in the music industry, everybody thinks, you know, guilty by association. It's true to an extent. But until we have facts, I don't like, you know, it's... And I have, you know, I respect Jay-Z as an artist to an extent. But then I was never really a big Jay fan. But I am not chucking a brother under the bus just because, you know what I mean, he was cool with someone who just happened to be a evil person. There's so many people out there who knew people who were evil. They didn't know exactly what was going on. Maybe had an inclination, whatever the word is. But at the same time, they still kept their distance. You know, up there, I'm sure when you make millions and you reach to that level, you know, it's very hard to not. Well, then again, I don't give a damn. If I know something, I ain't having nothing to do with you. I'm different, you know. I can't really judge for other people. But if I know you are no Diddy, I ain't give a damn. I ain't showing up to no party. I ain't coming to no dinner. My vibe is just, that's just how I was raised up. Bro, me and you can't really, nah. Yo, no, no. I'm good, my G. You do your thing, I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talking, bro.
be valid and they will see their day in court. I do think what will also come with that is some bad actors acting in bad faith, really just kind of looking for a payday or a settlement. And I do think that as her story kind of falls apart here in this news segment, you guys will see too that that's most likely what this was.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
And listen, y'all, I know she's probably trying to say something really deep there about, you know, her experience with having autism. But to me, just off the bat, my initial impression of her is that this lady doesn't really speak like she's exactly within her right mind.
The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive.
I mean, come on, guys, this 5-hour drive.
5-hour drive, a 13-year-old. Yo, who's this friend? Where were your parents? 13 years old. How did he get in the venue? 13 years old. Shit. I don't understand when people say 15, 16. But there's a little part of me that goes, damn, you know, some there 15, 16-year-olds out here that actually look like some big women. does not make you right. Don't get it twisted. Nah, I'm not trying. No, hell no. Hell no. Man, in fact, you even got teen on that name. Oh, hell, mother. No, you know what I'm saying? But 13 years old. Come on now. Man, shit. 13, well, now my daughter's 9. And I know these kids these days, you know, they're very developed for their age early. But nah, fam, you know, like, who the hell gonna drive 5 hours to take a 13-year-old to a concert, a performance? In their right mind. If they didn't have some ulterior motive, you know what I mean? Like, come on now.
And then you're gonna leave a 13-year-old kid in New York City all by themselves? Like, did it take the dad 5 hours to come drive and pick her up?
Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs's limo.
Hey, where's my ashtray, bro? I need to smoke. There's some BS. Yeah, I'll do pause on the next one and go have a smoke. Bro. Coincidence, yeah? The friend is dead now, so we can't speak to her, can we? Like, man, I feel like how I feel between Drake and UMG. I don't like UMG, but Drakeisha got me on the side of UMG, right? I'm like, yo, fam, you know what you making me do? You making me take the lesser of both evils, but y'all still evil. I don't really want about them, but, you know, I'm with them in this lawsuit argument. Like, hey, man, you got me here representing Jay. I never thought the day would come when I'd be like, nah, not Jay-Z. Are you crazy? Yeah, and I never thought that day would come. But I'm here looking at this, hearing this, like, come on, man. Man, y'all leave Jay alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's some BS on top of some BS mixed with some more BS.
Driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
And here's where her story really starts to fall apart.
So she drove 5 hours to show up to a concert that had thousands of people, and Diddy's bodyguard attention was drawn to you and came to you and said, out of Hamid.
As several of the alleged witnesses in this situation all have alibis for that night, and many of them were not even in the same state.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
And so those guys are actually both members of the band Good Charlotte, and they did actually release a statement saying that they were nowhere near New York on the night of September 7, 2000. And as you can see here by an archive of their tour, they were at the Vic Theater that night in Chicago, Illinois.
So she's gonna call names of people that are coming back and saying, yo, bro, it ain't us she spoke to. We weren't even there. I mean, I'm not here trying to. No, I don't give a damn. I don't care. No. We not gonna camouflage. This girl sounds like she a few sandwiches short of a picnic basket. You know what I'm saying? She got the bread, no butter. Walked out there with the water, no Kool-Aid. Like, yo, she's a few sandwiches short of a picnic basket right here, y'all. I don't care. Nobody go tell me about, you know, yeah, but she's autistic, and like, yo, there are so many people out here who are going through what they're going through, but then as well to blame a situation and making up stories or conjuring a scenario in your head that was not, don't even have no facts. To help, put it aside 1 second. The lawyer, you trying to tell me you sat down with this girl and you thought, hey, I got a case. But you knew you didn't have a case, but you thought, hey, you know, someday I need this coming out in the open. He's going to try and pay me off so I can say, shh. Yeah, but no, it ain't worked out that way. Like, bro, seriously, you and her really need to go to a mental asylum. I ain't gonna joke. Is Arkham still about right now? No, Arkham is back, man. Yeah, that ain't real, is it? Yeah. I know it ain't real. Arkham is back, man. But I'm sure there's a few Arkhams out here. The lawyer need to go. She needs to go because you can't be out here willing to just mess up people's life. And if you're doing this, that means you can do it again. Nah.
As you guys can see, this website also confirms that information and notes that they were touring with Eve 6 and OPM. And listen, I'm not the best at geography, guys, but Illinois, it's a pretty far away from New York just to go to a Diddy party.
Yeah.
At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him.
I don't know why this just went through my head like, yo, fam. You sure she ain't went to some other concert, some other party? And you know where everybody like to go like, oh, black people look alike. Like, whatever. Took 2 looks at, I'm not saying, let's just hypothetically here speaking. Imagine if this did happen to her. My condolences. You know what I'm saying? I take back everything I said. You know, because I don't wish that on anyone. No female, human being, man needs to experience that. This is why Andrew Schultz, that guy here. You know, we don't play with them kind of things in our community. Let's say this did happen. And it was 2 separate individuals. Well, she decided to, oh, yeah, I want to say it's Jay, and really it wasn't. You know? So it's very hard when females come out with these stories and they get proven wrong. Whether or not there's some truth to it, now you've just made it all void. Non-existent, nobody cares. And you've made it harder for actual victims out there who are suffering, traumatized from these type of experiences to come forward and speak their truth, because now nobody's going to believe them because of bullshit like this. And I know there are people out there who have suffered at the hands of some of these disgusting, deplorable individuals, you know what I'm saying? And because of people like this, nobody ever's going to believe them. You know, I just kind of get upset. At the same time, though, acknowledge and accept the fact that something could have happened. And if she is mentally challenged, you know, there might be a small percentage where she actually could have formulated this story in her head from the trauma she's experienced. You know, when you tell a lie so many times to yourself, you actually believe the lie. You know where I'm coming from. So it could be a mixture of stuff here as well. I gotta look on the outside. I can't just be all, I have to have a bit of empathy, you know, because things like this actually happen. But I really do feel sorry. And my heart goes out to those who actually have to go through this. You know what I'm saying? And the kind of stigma and perception and the negativity, you know, they receive when they try to tell their truths, you know. So, yo.
And he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did this guy have to come from 5 hours away? And don't worry, guys, we won't have to wonder because they do actually get a statement from the dad here in a little bit.
We rode home and
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's find out before I start cussing the parents, because you know what I'm saying? The bare fact that we start cussing the parents, is like we starting to believe the story. You know what I mean? Which father they right? Listen to me, yeah. My daughter called me at 13 years old and I have to go pick her up, and she come and I pick her up and she tell me that we ain't going back home. We ain't going back home. We are not driving back home. You know? If you ain't driving to a nearest police station to report this right away, which should be the first thing you do. If not, you know, you handling it yourself. But I ain't going back home. Yeah. What happened? Shoot. Yo, Yo, but I'm gonna get a phone call, I even hear tears in there. Yo, I'm pulling up in the truck with a damn arsenal. Shoot, I'm telling you now, ain't no joke. I don't even want to think about this, because this is the father's worst nightmare. That's what I'm saying. If there's some truth, this is the father's worst nightmare. I won't wish this on my worst enemy. I think that's me getting older. Before I used to be like, yeah, people. No, I won't even wish this on anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have no patience, no acceptance for this kind of behavior. Whether, you know what I mean, people making up the stories or whether it actually happened. Grape. I say grape, you know, because, you know, we talk about apples and pineapples and different fruits. I gotta say that because, you know, YouTube be very funny with the censoring. But yeah, we don't make them jokes in our community. I grew up in the Caribbean all my life, and I don't just know when it comes to these kind of things, we don't make them kind of jokes. Not even dark humor. And we have some crazy dark humor, but we don't make them kind of jokes. That's one thing we don't, because, you know what I'm saying, it's just, it was a method done to us back in slavery to humble and keep the black man down. Yeah. Most time when guys committing suicide, but it's a way of controlling and breaking the mental capacity of slaves when they came over from Africa. You know what I mean? So it's why I don't play them kind of games. I don't entertain certain actions nor jokes. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah.
Silence. He didn't ask me what happened.
Lies
he
as
didn't
well.
ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, "I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind."
And to me, at that point, it's like, okay,
It's over.
the case is closed.
It's closed,
Her
yeah.
own father is saying he has no recollection
Yep.
of this event at all.
That
so
ain't
the
lying.
people at the party she allegedly talked to, it's already been debunked. They weren't even in the same state. And now even her own father is saying, yeah, I don't remember that ever happening.
Yep.
That's like 2 out of the 3 key witnesses. I mean, the only other person would be like a gas station clerk. Oh, and I forgot the friend that dropped her off that conveniently already passed away. I mean,
Done.
what 13-year-old has some sort of friend that's willing to drive them 5 hours away and drop them off somewhere?
Facts.
Especially one who has a mental condition. I mean, come on, guys.
When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. "I have made some mistakes," she said. "Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false." The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, "Because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress."
No. Seizures, you mean you've been caught out in your life? Well, at least the part about it being Jay and no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You've been caught out in that lie. Now, whether or not everything else is a lie is another story. But this is based off the tearing down Jay-Z's name and, you know what I mean, messing up his brand. This is what y'all try to do, and obviously this is false. He should countersue. Not like you get nothing. What are you going to get from? I'll be countersuing the lawyer. Yeah, bro, you see that Porsche? You see that nice 8-bedroom house you got? Yeah, I know I got about 40, 50 of those, but nah, I'm going to take that from you. Trying to fuck my brand and my name. I got family and kids, and you trying to play them games? Nah, don't play them games, bro.
Oh, man. And I know Tony Busby has been a really successful lawyer working some of the biggest cases, especially out of Houston, over the last couple of decades. With that being said, the guy is obviously an opportunist,
Yep.
and he loves jumping on these high-profile cases, and I think, in this instance, it seems like he just flew a little bit too close to the sun. Like, to me, even just reading the initial court document without these other witnesses coming out and saying that the story is bullshit, I already felt like her claims were really questionable,
Yep.
to say the least.
I thought
and
so,
it was
too.
definitely not something that I felt could be, like, substantiated in court.
Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I
Money
am
grab.
of being chastised by their fans.
And Jay-Z and Rock Nation, as well as his attorney, would actually put out a statement after this news piece was released, where he says, "Today's investigative report proves this attorney, Busby, filed a false complaint against me in pursuit of money and fame. This incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. this was over before it began. This 1-800 lawyer doesn't realize it yet, but soon.
Oy.
And that's
Yeah.
apparently a statement directly from Jay-Z himself. And in a statement from his lawyer, they say, "It is stunning that a lawyer would not only file such a serious complaint without properly vetting, but would make things worse by further peddling this false story in the press. We're asking the court to dismiss this frivolous case today, and will take up the matter of additional discipline for Mr. Busby and all the lawyers that filed the complaint." And
Yeah.
listen, guys, Jay-Z has money, Jay-Z has power, and that's not just in the entertainment industry. Jay-Z actually holds a lot of political power. He's been in bed with the NFL, I believe, for close to a decade. And so now I truly do believe that we're going to see a bit of a war between him and this guy,
Yeah,
Tony.
man, get your money, man. Get your money, Jay. Man, out here tarnishing your name. You know what I'm saying? Real talking. I don't. Yeah, I ain't trying to defend that shit. You know. But yeah, if you guys feel any kind of how, let me know in the comments. What do you think? What are your feelings? And I'll see you guys in the next reaction. I've got a bunch of reactions to go through, a few topics to get on. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, like, share, season's greetings, happy new year in advance, and I will see you guys on the next reaction. Take care, stay blessed.